Hi friends, welcome to Illinois and Garden Zone 5. So today we're talking about planning that garden for this year. So are you ready? Are you going to put in a new garden this year? Are you adding to your existing garden? Are you wanting some design elements for your garden? Are you interested in thrifting some items for your garden? We like that. So let's talk about those things today, and flowers too. So the first thing we're going to talk about is layout. So are you planning a new garden bed? Couple things to know about layout. You need to decide how big you want to make your garden. You need to know what your garden zone is. And if you're unsure, you can Google that online and find out what your garden zone is. And so to start out with, it's always helpful if you have a large, long rope or hose that you can use to lay out on the ground to design your garden bed. That way you can put curves in it. You can, if you have some issue in your yard that you're trying to camouflage, you can lay that all out and figure out what the best look is for that flower bed. Step back, give it a look before you start digging. So as you're planning it out, you need to decide if you want to do rooms in your garden. Now, most US homes in their backyard, it's kind of a rectangle, square. Now I had to decide, did I want to make that different zones, garden rooms per se, or did I just want one big area? And I wanted one big area because I did want to leave the grass in the middle of the yard. And I wanted my garden to be on the outskirts of the yard, more of a formal cottage type feel. I like the look of formal, but I like the flowers that are cottage. So I kind of mixed them together and created my own style, just like you can too. Pick the things that you like and add those things to the garden, because this is your garden escape and you want to enjoy it when you get to be out there. So pick the things that really resonate with you. So as you're planning your layout, are you going to add a pathway? Do you want a bench? Do you want a focal point like a fountain? Where are you going to add those at? Are you going to have any types of structures, or do you already have existing structures you're working around? Say you want to add a garden shed in a year or two down the road. Well, make sure you allow space for where you're going to position that and work around that just like it's there, even if it isn't there yet. But you have to decide where you want those things. Are you going to have a dining room table so that you can eat out at dinner time or breakfast? Do you want a little table and a couple little chairs to have coffee in the morning? Where are you going to put that, and how are you going to work around it? And you can do that easy with just a regular notebook and a pen and sketch it out. You don't have to have a lot of talent on your sketching, because I don't. So just so you know, so you can get an idea of what you had in mind. Also look online. There's all kinds of pictures of gardens that you can get ideas from on Pinterest, on Instagram, just on Google Images. You know, put in the type of garden you're looking for to get ideas. So use your computer to get all types of ideas, or books if you have books or magazines. You also can go to your local garden center this spring, summer, and see what they have available for plants. And also botanical centers are a great place to check out different plants too. Please like, share, and subscribe. And what is your favorite flower or shrub that you would recommend to us? Comment below and let us know. So now let's take a step back in time and let me show you my garden and how it developed over time, and also maybe this will give you some ideas. So this is how our garden looked in 2018, and you can see it's really not a garden. It's mostly grass, a few arbs, a few rose bushes, and then time stands still and we get to 2021. So I hadn't done much with the garden in between 2018 and 21. Now I'm starting to expand the garden, add some more plants, and by the end of summer of 2021, this is how the garden looks, with a lot of containers I'm still using, and then a few plants scattered in. Now over 21, 22, the winter, I was planning out the garden and I decided I wanted a garden shed. So we took out more of the fence, no gardens right there, and added in the garden shed. Added a little mulch, but that was pretty much it on that side, and added the beautiful window boxes to give it some color. And then my winter planning kicked in and I started planning out 23 and decided that I want to expand on that side by the garden shed, pull those borders out, put some curves in, design it, put in pavers, and just make it more of a garden space so that it encased the entire perimeter of the backyard. Now, I bought all the plants myself and planted them up. We did have a contractor install the pavers for the edging, and also we redid the garden circle. So by the end of 23 that summer, this is how the garden was shaping up. Now we're going to launch into last season, 2024, and I hope this inspires you that it takes time for it to grow, but it grows pretty quickly and you can do it in bite-sized pieces. You can add on as your garden is growing. Maybe you take one section at a time, or maybe there's certain plants that you're seeing that you really like and you would like to add to your garden. Well, I'm hoping you're inspired. Now let's talk about flowers, plants, shrubs, all those things that you want to add in. Do you have a color palette that you're working with? Or do you just want a rainbow of colors? Are there certain backdrops that you want for shrubs? Do you want to do a living hedge first and then put your plants in front of it? Those are things that you need to decide, and it'll help if you're looking online to get ideas. But also if you have certain plants, now is the perfect time if you want to start seeds inside to plan out for this season. You need to be ordering those now. You also want to order seeds that are unique and maybe not common that you can't get at your local garden center. You want to order those now because they will sell out quickly, and by spring, summer, they won't be available any longer. So if there's something new that you want to try and add into your garden this year, maybe you have that garden space already, but you're looking to add some different things in, you want to be shopping for those things online now and I'll link some sources below. I just put my flower seed in order in yesterday. So, and some stuff was already sold out. So that does sell out quick. Roses are the same thing. If you want to add some roses to your garden, and roses are beautiful, they're romantic, they're the cottage style, and roses improve every year as far as disease resistance and hardiness and all those things that they're bringing out every year and improving on. So old garden roses, I mean, they're still out there, but if you're looking for something hardy that you don't have to do a lot of maintenance on, look at some of the newer breeds of roses. And also knockout roses, they do really well. I've got some out in my garden. I like the double flowered knockout roses. I think they look more realistic to a garden rose, that old garden English rose type look versus a single. So the possibilities are endless, but now is the time to be looking for those things online to order, and also be looking for that plant material online to get ideas. And another good thing to do is when it gets nicer out, and this could be a summer thing, spring thing, once things start blooming again in your area, make sure you're driving around or riding your bike around or going for walks in areas where there's homes and you can see like what kind of plants they're using in your area. So that'll give you inspiration too. So there's lots of sources online to get inspiration from, but you can also get inspiration from your neighborhood to see what's available, and also at your garden center. You can check out your garden center and they will have plants that should work in your area. Do check the tags though if you're planning on buying If you're thinking it's a perennial, meaning that it'll come back every year, usually those are more expensive than annuals, which an annual is just a summer, spring plant, doesn't usually return the next year. But a perennial is going to cost you more money because it's supposed to return every year. What I have found though is anymore we are getting lots and lots of things in that are technically perennials, but they're not for my zone. So just flip the tag over and make sure whatever zone you live in, it's listed as being a perennial for that zone. Now is a great time in the wintertime to be thrifting for garden decor because you can't be outside right now, and it's a perfect time to be looking for planters and statuary and different things that you want to add to your garden to give it that little bit of specialness. Now here are some of the things that I've thrifted for my garden. I picked up those chairs, and when I say thrifting, I mean anywhere you purchase your secondhand stuff at. So you can find garden decor year round and you want to be on the lookout for it. I find trellises. I picked up that little obelisk in the background. Also concrete planters. This one was a thrift find that has those gorgeous double impatiens in it. And then I did find statuary, this little girl statue, and an additional urn. This little chair matched my set, and I was really thrilled when I found that. And then stuff to hang on the fence for garden decor. This was a fountain that I repurposed, and mirrors. I've got all different kinds of mirrors that I use, and a DIY birdhouse that I've spray painted. Also be on the lookout for those gorgeous garden vessels to hold those flowers. Now, if you're looking for new items such as benches or fountains, bird baths, that type of thing, little tables and chairs, I'll put some links below of not only some of the stuff I have out in my garden, but some other things that I find that I thought you might like. So you can check out the links in the description. It'll not only have some of the online sources that I use to order flower seeds and roses from, but also some of the items to add to your garden. Today we talked about creating that garden of your dreams. So we talked about layouts and structures and flowers and thrifting for garden decor. There's so many things that you can add to your garden to make it super special just for you, that you enjoy spending time out there. So I hope this was helpful. And if you're looking for more garden inspiration, check out these videos.